that, right? Hare Krishna. I see Satya Prabhuji is doing with Shweta Mataji. Both of them,
Hare Krishna,
they
Prabhu.
are they are planning to go back to home together. That's nice, so nice. That's the real purpose of relationship. That's what Krishna says.
Hare
live live together, do bhakti together. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhu is there. And
We are,
not very well.
we are trying, Prabhuji.
Oh,
Hare
that's
Krishna.
nice. Harigul. Harigul Prabhu. Nadia Mataji, Sudarshan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Sudarshan Prabhu. Hare
Uh,
Krishna. Surendra Prabhu. Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna. Yeah.
Prabhuji, that is our son and daughter's name.
Okay.
We are Gayat, Shanta and Gautam.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hope you can show your face at some point to us. Anjali Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Let me see how I can do that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Dandavat. Dandavat. Uday
Dandavat
Prabhu.
Pranam.
I can see now. Wow. Oh, nice tree in the background.
Can you rename?
Hmm.
I'll get
I'll do Pranams mantra. All of us, we should do before we start talking anything about devotional service or spirituality. We need blessings.
Vandurt.
I can see now, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. Are you seeing the screen? Anybody? Can you confirm if you're seeing the screen?
No, Prabhuji. Just,
Okay.
yeah, now we see it.
Okay, I'll share one second.
No.
We can see Prabhuji, it's coming.
Okay. Okay. You can see now. Okay. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurue Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatadham Bande Sri Gurum Dintaranam Pramanand Madhvam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pucharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत गीता की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य ही जवाएंगे से बहुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्यामल भक्त वृंद की जय हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna.
So today we are going to start Bhagavad Gita, very first chapter. And this chapter is very much introduction of Bhagavad Gita. Title of this chapter is Observing the Armies on the Battlefield of Kurukshetra. Before we do that, let's do some introduction. So I see here Lakshmi, Prasanna, and I can tell you one story. So she was going to school here, St. Louis University. And very first time when I saw, she came with one flower and she entered inside the temple and she offered it to deity and paid obeisances. I didn't at that time 100% sure. I don't know that if she knew that when you go to Hare Krishna temple or whenever you go to see deity, you should take some sort of offering, flowers or food or leaf or water, anything that you can give to the deity. And in Nectar of Devotion, one of our acharya, his name is Srila Rupa Goswami. He is the second out of 6 Goswami who are the original founder of Hare Krishna movement. So he writes that when we go to temple, when we go to see deity, we should carries tulsi leaf or flower or patram puspam phalam toyam, whatever you can. Doesn't have to be very opulent so that you have to really plan and prepare for it. No, anything simple. So I was there, I saw, and right there, I looked at the DT, I looked at her. In fact, when I was doing announcement, I talked about that. I told that this person definitely has great potential of becoming a devotee because she is doing something knowingly or unknowingly that is going to give some credit towards devotional service. And she was here, she was doing a lot of service. When we had few senior devotee here, such as Bhima Prabhu and Jalatala Mataji, she would come to the temple and I would ask her to do some service to them. So she did Vaishnava Seva. And here she is now. I'm seeing her on some of the classes. She moved out from St. Louis. Where are you right now, Lakshmi?
Connecticut, Prabhuji.
Yeah. And still from there, she's joining the classes and now she's doing Bhakti Sastri. So a small thing, when you do for Krishna, never
Prabhuji,
goes in
Divya
vain.
Mataji has shared me about this, Mataji.
Huh?
Divya Mataji has shared me about this Bhakti Shastri course. And I'm
Thank you.
thankful to Divya Mataji and Hari Krishna
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So that's how, Krishna works in our life. So, Shanta and Gautam,
Yes,
can
Prabhuji.
you please, Gautam Prabhu and Santa Mataji, can you please just do short introduction to yourself?
Sure, Prabhuji. I'm Shanta and this is Gautam. We are from North Dakota and we got to know about the ISKCON in Minnesota during COVID time. And we have been taking some classes with the Bhagavad Gita classes, and then I also take a Bhagavatam class, and my kids also take the class every Saturday. And we got to know about this program through Nadia Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So you are in North Dakota. Where you are in North Dakota?
In Grand Forks.
Very nice. Very nice. Anybody who is new to this team, I think everybody else has done the introduction and we know each other very well. Thank you, Nadia Mataji, for reaching out and telling devotee about this course. That's nice.
Well, Hare Krishna, we actually read Bhagavad Gita with them every Monday and Wednesday with Manohar Prabhu. So that's how we met. And just the topic
Nice.
came up about the Bhakti Shastra class I mentioned, and they got interested, which is very nice. Oh, I'm so happy to see you here, and I'm glad we.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Devotees who
I'll
are looking
glor-
for Krishna, I know everything looks attractive to them. So that's very nice.
All
Thank
glory
you.
to
That's
Srila
awesome.
Prabhupada.
I always have Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, we are
Definitely
his
big,
servants.
definitely big Haribol to Nadia Mataji and Shanta Mataji and Gautam Prabhu. They all join our morning japa program every morning at
Oh,
4:30, and they are very sincere. So I think it's all the devotees' mercy that's flowing around and bringing all of us together here.
yeah, I heard a lot of good thing about your center, Uday Prabhu. I think you all are doing fabulous job there. I know Ramkishore Prabhu, he was one of our first batch student. And even him and other devotees, they are working together. You're really
Definitely,
doing
there's a lot
excellent.
of potential for Prabhupada and Krishna conscious movement in Minneapolis. So I think Satya Prabhu and Sweta Mataji from they all are doing great job. Definitely doing great job there.
Awesome. Very nice. So we also have here Bimla Devidasi, and she recently received the certificate, or she is in a process of receiving the certificate. So she is not one of the student, but she will be once a while coming and checking the attendance, making sure that everybody is coming. She is tracking our attendance because 80% attendance is a requirement for you to receive the certificate. So she is making sure that everybody is coming on the classes. And then there is a 10% score of how you are engaged, how you are, interacting with your classmates and with this, team. Some of the credit for your credits that or your score is going to come from your interaction also. She is going to track some of those things. She already has the certificate or she is getting it very soon. I already did my part. Now it's ministry to send her the certificate. So she'll be here as well. So we are going to talk about Bhagavad Gita, first chapter. And this chapter, as I said, is an introduction chapter. So I'll be a little quick. But one thing that I'll do is that in every class, in the very beginning, I'm going to have a short quiz from previous class so that you would know, you would be attentive, you would hear very carefully. So Bhagavad Gita, all the devotees who were on the class week before last week, I think last week we did not do the class, talks about 5 topics. And who is bold enough to tell me those 5 topics that Bhagavad Gita talks about?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think
Yeah. Yes, please go ahead.
Observing armies in battlefield.
Yeah, so Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 topics.
Uh,
5. So what are those 5 topics that we are going to talk throughout the Bhagavad Gita?
I think
Ishvara, Kala.
Oh, okay, I got it. Oh.
Ishwar.
Yeah, Prakriti,
Yeah.
Jiva,
Karma, Jiva, Isvara.
yeah.
Jiva, Karma. So yeah, it's Ishvara, Jiva, Kala, Karma, and I'm missing one.
Prakriti.
Prakriti.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So somebody put everything together. I think there is one more thing missing, but please go ahead. Yeah, tell. Somebody can tell all 5 together.
Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and
So
Karma.
Jiva, Prakriti, Kal,
Kala,
And Ishwara.
Karma, and
And
Ishvara. So these are the 5 things. Please make a note. Bhagavad Gita talks about these 5 subjects. Let's put them in order. Ishwar, Jiva, Prakriti, time, and karma. Okay. So out of these 5 things, please write down these 5 things. Ishwara, Jiva, Prakriti, time, karma. Out of these 5 things, how many of those we can work on or we can change?
The last one, Karma.
Right. Only karma can change. Ishwara, that's very good. We cannot become Ishwara, right? Or we can. Can we become Ishwara? We cannot. Krishna is Ishwara. Although people are trying to be Ishwara. Ishwara, real meaning of Ishwara is the one who controls, the one who has controlling power, the one who controls Ishwara. So Ishwara means in Bhagavad Gita, we'll have a lot of discussions about Krishna will say Aham. Many places he will say Aham. He will say Mam. He'll say, coming from me, Mameti. So multiple places, Ishwar feature, and Ishwar means controller. But Ishwar is known by his multiple features, such as Brahman is one that is known. Paramatma is another one. Under Paramatma, there are Paramatma for the entire material creation. There is Paramatma for particular universe. And then there is Paramatma that is in each living entity. So When Krishna sometimes says aham, sometimes he talks about his Paramatma form. Sometimes he talks about his Bhagwan form. So we'll try to understand. That's one of the topic that Bhagavad Gita talks about. And then the second topic is soul, Atma. So we all are soul, right? Or we are the body. What is our teaching? We are the body or we are the soul?
We are the soul.
So,
We are the soul. We are not this body. We are not this body. When soul leaves, then it becomes empty nester, they say, right? This body has no use. So Krishna talks about the soul feature, who the soul is, and what is the quality of the soul, and how soul is related to him. Soul has a relationship with Krishna. So Atma and Paramatma are two important elements. And then these two elements meet in a surrounding. There is surrounding. And that surrounding has two elements, Prakriti and time. Time and nature. Nature and time. These are the two additional elements. So these four elements together gives the facility where soul and super soul are meeting in the surrounding of Prakriti in relation to time. We all are. Now sometimes we accept, sometimes we don't accept. That is different topic. But normally if I ask you, many of you say that yes, we have Atma and we have Paramatma. So this Atma and Paramatma, they are together with Prakriti and time. And these four things we cannot change. Ishwar is Ishwar, Jiv is Jiv, Prakriti is Prakriti, time is beyond our control. We cannot go back. We are living in present and future is coming up. But out of these four things which we cannot have any control, the fifth one is our action. And that we can control. So Bhagavad Gita is going to teach us about that. Yeah, what type of action you should do. What type of engagement the jiva should have. And then it talks about that what is the nature of this jiva. So if you go on the beach, you would see on the ocean, bank of the ocean, beach. If you go there, you would see that there is body of water. Huge body of water. And then there is sand and huge, constructions and buildings and houses and everything else. But there is adjoining area some part of that area that when wave comes, it gets wet. And when waves goes out, it becomes dry. So it becomes wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry. Right? And that is boundary. That is called tatastha. Tatastha. Sometimes it becomes part of the body, and sometimes it becomes part of the dry matter. So, living entity is also called Tatastha Sakti. What Sakti? Tatastha. Tata means boundary. So, living entity is called Tatastha. Why? Because sometimes it can get wet, sometimes it can get dry. So, this wet part is divine potency of Supreme Lord, and we call it a spirituality. Okay, and this dry part is Daiva Prakriti, call it material energy, Bhaya Shakti. Bhaya Shakti. So we as a living entity, as a human being, we are marginal potency. We are not fully divine. And if we choose, we can be fully gross, atheistic type of person. That's why I'm talking about the karma here. You can go away from Supreme Lord and live a very grossful life. Or you can come in the boundary, at the boundary. So Krishna says that living entity, human being has the choice that is called our free will. So you will hear a lot. And that's why I wanted to introduce this term, free will. Please remember this term, free will. Free will is basically your will, which is free, which means you have full right to decide which route you want to go to. You want to go on the divinity side? You want to go to Lord's Daiva Shakti, external energy? Or you want to just stay at the boundary? You can stay at the boundary also, okay? Bhagavad Gita and teaching of our Acharya, and sometimes we use the term pure devotion. So you'll hear this a lot. We'll bring this term. Whenever I use the term pure devotion, we are talking about making ourselves divine, going on the other side. So this whole courses that we are doing, the discussion that we'll do is not for you to get the certificate. I'm not here to award you the certificate. Rather, my endeavor or my practice as we are together would be all of us go together more on the divine side, go more deeper towards Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why Krishna says this karma is living entity choice. They can go on the drier side and stay dry. They can be somewhere wet, or they can go on the completely ocean side and become fully divine. Our goal is that we become divine through each and every topic that we discuss. It should bring some transformation in our heart, and we should go towards that divinity. Nadia Mataji, you want to share something? I saw your hand was raised.
No, I was just, I sent it the folded hands. I really liked what you said, that you're not here to issue the certificates, but to bring us closer to the divinity. I really
Yeah, I will try to do
appreciate that.
that. I will try to do that. And that would be the intent of my discussions, more getting on the what of everything. I would rather emphasize on where it should take us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, somebody saying something?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think just to add to what Nadia Mataji has said, this philosophy and this divinity and knowledge is so pure, that, unfortunately, we don't have a good means to learn this in a very structured manner. Just like how we all go to school and learn all the, subjects. But for this subject, which is essential for our whole life and purpose, now we don't have that structure, and that's where the kind of devotees like you coming together and taking your time and sharing this knowledge to us in a structured manner is something that we have been missing, and now
Yep.
we are so happy to be here under your guidance. Yeah.
Very important, That's why Prabhupada said that I would like my disciples, which means all of us, are Prabhupada disciples, Siksha Guru, to systematically study the scriptures, give the exam, memorize the verses, and all of these are means for us to go more on the divine side. So these are just the ways by which we can become more divine. So yes, totally agree. There are big colleges. Prabhupada said that there are so many big universities. Who is teaching about Atma? Who is teaching about Paramatma? And Atma and Paramatma is the most important topic that you and I have to learn. At the end of everything, we have deaths. Death is coming up. And we are preparing for everything else, but not preparing for the death. Prabhupada said that, what type of intelligence is this? You're not preparing for something that is most important in your life. One philosopher said that the first question that everybody has to ask is, are you going to be on the divine side, or you are going to be on the dry side, on the material side? Up to that point, you have choice. It's not everybody is fully on the spiritual platform. There are people who are on the atheist side too. They said that, but once you are convinced, this is the point that I'm trying to make. Once you are convinced that you have to be on the divine side, then there is nothing else much important, more important than engaging ourselves day in, day out, so that we can quickly go on the divine side. So once you realize that I have to be, Krishna conscious, there is nothing more important than practicing those processes, those steps, process, which will take me towards divine side. So yes, what you said is 100% correct. That's why Prabhupada did all of these discussions. So in this chapter, this is the introduction chapter. So I'll not go through verse by verse, but I'll just give you the summary that this chapter is coming in the Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata. And Bhishma Parva, there are 18 sections in Mahabharata. This is the 6th section. And in that section, the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned, where Krishna is talking to Arjuna. From childhood, exile, and you know that how Yudhishthir and 5 Pandavas were tortured by Duryodhana and his armies. Krishna tried to intervene multiple times and told that this war should not happen. After all the attempts, Now what is happening? And both parties, Kaurav and Pandav, they are assembled in battlefield of Kurukshetra, and fighting has to happen. At that time, Arjun is confused. So this chapter has 14 verses, and these verses are segmented in five major themes, under five major themes. So before I get into this theme, entire Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses. 700 verses. And these verses are given in 18 chapter. So title of the chapter, Observing the Armies on the Battlefield of Kurukshetra. This title is given by Baldev Vidya Hussain Sahib Prabhupada. Vishnu Jagati Thakur says Arjun Visad Yoga. So these chapters are titled little differently. But in fact, when Krishna is talking to Arjun, he's not talking that, okay, now first chapter is finished, I'm getting into second chapter. Second chapter is finished, now I'm getting into third chapter. Third chapter is finished, I'm getting into fourth chapter. That is not how Krishna is talking to Arjun. This is just one coherent discussion. Coherent discussion. One after another, like you and I talk, and we have back and forth going on. It's like that, back and forth going on. But based upon the theme that runs through the entire 700 verses, devotees, acharyas have categorized them as a chapter, and within that chapter, sub-chapters like that. But it's just the segmentation that is done by devotee and acharya. When Krishna is talking to Arjun, there is no chapter, there is no segmentation. So you will see chapters after chapters after chapters, but you should know that the chapters are created by our acharyas based upon the theme. So in this chapter, there are these five themes. The first theme is that Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya. So you know Sanjay is a blind, Dhritarashtra is blind, and Sanjay was empowered with the divinity that he can, whatever he meditate upon, he can see that. So right now I'm here and I'm meditating upon my mom and dad in India. So I could now see where they are. I'm seeing them where they are. So Sanjay has that type of power. You know, wherever he is, he wants to see how Uday Prabhu is living in Minneapolis. He can just decide, okay, let me look at Uday Prabhu, how he's doing in the, so he can see that Uday Prabhu is right now in a room and he is part of the Bhagavad Gita discussion, like that. So Sanjay has that type of, you know, empowerment. He could see wherever he would like to see. So Sanjay is helping Dhritarashtra, who is father of Duryodhana, to explain the battlefield of Kurukshetra, battlefield where Kauravas and Pandavas are meeting and they're about to fight. Sanjay is looking into it. So entire Bhagavad Gita, in fact, is talk that is happening between Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya. Sanjay is telling to Dhritarashtra what he is seeing in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Okay, so now these two personality soon disappear. Very soon will disappear. You will hear Krishna Uvacha, Arjuna Uvacha, like that. But you should know that this is narration that is narrated by Sanjaya. So how to understand that? It's even Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. Now in that assembly, Sutta Goswami was present. Sutta Goswami is now talking to the sages of Naimisaranya. Okay, and then in that discussion, they're talking about the discussion that happened between Lord Brahma and Narad. So you can see there is discussion within discussion within discussion within discussions. You know, one person is talking about what that person was talking about, what the theme of the discussion was, right? So you would see things like that. This is introduction session, so I wanted to give you some precursor. You would see things like that, and you should understand that how many layers down we are. Okay, we are talking here, but this talk is being narrated by this person, which is being narrated by this person, like that. Okay, so that's how the layer goes. But in fact, the entire Bhagavad Gita is narrated by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra as he is hearing. Yes, Nidai Prabhu, Uday Prabhu.
Prabhu, so on this same context, a few years back, we had a good conversation with one of my friend who thinks that as we heard it from Sanjaya, can someone guarantee that nothing has been contaminated while Sanjaya gave it to us? Right? So, because it came from a kind of third person, right? So it's not a direct, because no one heard this conversation between Krishna and Arjun. And definitely we all understand, again, Sanjaya had that mystical power to see and listen and understand the true essence. But how can we convey this message that this is still as pure as Krishna gave it to us?
Yeah,
Any reasoning that you?
this is very important thing that you were asking, Prabhu. In fact, this comes a lot. I've heard this a lot. Some of the people who don't believe in Krishna, some people who are from outside, they say, so authenticity. 2% are talking about 2% talk, and there is always chance that when you talk about somebody else's talk, you give a different version. The way you express is different than what the person has talked, right? Right? This is always the case. I mean, I can exactly tell you that, I had a meeting with Satyanarayan Prabhu, and I and him spoke about it. Shweta Mataji is hearing it, and she will go and talk to some other Mataji. I'm 100% sure that she cannot repeat everything the way we talked. She will have, some different version of it. But that's why we study as it is. That's why that's another, importance of as it is. So Prabhu, you can, I'm not American. Okay, so my English is not like American English, right? But doesn't matter. I'm not talking something else than somebody who is Englishman Vaishnava will talk. He will also talk about Krishna. I'm also talking about Krishna, right? The way I am talking about Krishna might be a little different. The words that I'm using to express my thought might be different than yours way of expressing it. But are we saying different thing or same thing? Huh?
Same thing. Prabhu.
Yes, same thing, right? So, the verses that are given, those are as it is. It's compiled by Vyasdev. So those are as it is. Now it's being explained by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. That might be the wording and the way explanation has happened. that is not important as long as content is the same. The message that is given is the same. And that is why the purport that we are seeing, each acharya. So here is another very important thing that I wanted to tell you. This is the matter of faith. Each acharya have some degree of empowerment to look into Krishna's pastime. That's called pure devotee. When we say that somebody is pure devotee, that means due to their devotional power, they are empowered to get into that moment and capture the essence of the talk. Like, have you heard Prabhupada many times reading his own book? Huh?
Yes, bro.
And Prabhupada saying that I haven't written this book. Have you heard this thing?
Yep.
Yes. So each acharya has lila asfruti. The term is lila asfruti. Lila asfruti. And asfruti means revelation. How much it's revealed. Revelation. The pastime. How much that pastime is revealed to particular acharya. So based upon their realization, they write it. So if somebody, now here is the thing, just to cut it short, if somebody who does not have faith in Brahmada Gaura Sampradaya, doesn't matter how hard you try, cannot convince. They will come up with something. They'll come up with something. That's what Prabhu said, they chant and be happy. Eat prasadam. So you cannot all the time waste your energy in preaching prema matri, daya upeksha. Have you heard this fourth thing? The best Uttamadhikari does this fourth thing. Prem matri, daya upeksha. At some time, somebody is deserving the love, you have to love. If somebody is deserving friendship, you have to do the friendship. If somebody is deserving compassion, you have to do compassion. But if somebody deserve upeksha, ignore, you can ignore, you have to ignore it because you don't. So it's like that. So mature devotee can understand, can see that from where this question is coming. It's coming from the mind, or is it coming from somebody's innocent faith, or is it coming from some shraddha? Where this question is coming from? They say this. Sometimes you ask from your sense, sometimes you ask from your mind, sometimes you ask from your intelligence. So when questions are being asked, you can understand from where it's coming, and then based upon that you can address. But that's true. What you said is correct. We cannot tell or convince somebody, but we can tell that there is layers of understanding. First, Vyasdev has compiled it. So what Vyasdev has compiled is what Sanjaya is talking to Dhritarashtra. So that is one degree of authenticity. The second degree of authenticity is that it's compiled by our acharyas who are pure devotee, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And third degree of authenticity is that the people who are following this teaching are presenting it. So like that, you can explain. But again, that person believes or not believe, you have no control. Do you have something else to talk after this?
I think this is very, very, very well explained. Haribol.
So that's what it is, So what they're talking in the first
Hare Krishna
segment of,
Prabhuji.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. You mentioned four elements, prema, maitri, daya, and upeksha.
Yeah.
So these four elements is for like representing any kind of like particular stuff that you are mentioning.
So there are devotee, Kanishta, Madhma, and
Uttama.
Uttama. Yeah. So when we are dealing with the devotee, right? How the devotee will deal with you depends on the maturity of the devotee. Okay. So
Okay.
it's being said that Madhma Adhikari are the one who deal with people. And when when he deals with the people, he knows how to deal with people. He's very expert in that. So so he does this fourth thing, Prem Maitri Daya Upeksha. I'll talk about that later.
Okay. And Prabhu, Maitri meaning in English
Friendship.
and okay.
Friend. Yeah.
And
So
Upeksa?
love, respect,
Yeah.
friendship, compassion, and ignore.
Okay. Upeksa means ignore.
Respect, yeah, upeksha means ignore.
Okay,
Respect, friendship, compassion, and ignore. So if somebody is innocent and they're asking question, Prabhu, I don't understand. Can you please? So the mature devotee can see that this person is just innocent. He doesn't know. So he will have compassion. He will be like pouring his heart, hugging and trying to, do his best to explain. But if somebody is envious of you, somebody is challenging, somebody is not liking you, he'll ignore and say, I don't want to waste my time here. Let's move on. That's all. So that's what it is. This is Madhma Adhikari according to Shastra. Shastra says that Madhma, because he doesn't want to waste his time. Just, at the course of time, he will pray for you. He will pray for you, but he will say that the course of time when Krishna will help, when everything will come in your favor, you'll understand. So that's
okay,
what
Prabhu.
I was trying to explain.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
let's go into this chapter that then after, the first 11 verses, Sanjay is saying that Duryodhan is doing some diplomacy and he's very fearful because he is seeing that Krishna is that side and wherever Krishna is, victory will be there. And he's seeing his side. And then he is talking to armies of both parties. He's, doing some diplomatic way, the way he talks to people. So that part is mentioned. And then war is about to begin and everybody is blowing their council. So we'll see some name of the council. And then when, when the war is about to begin, at that time, Arjun requests Krishna that, my dear Lord, can you please take me in the middle of this battlefield so that I can see everybody who is here before I start fighting. And when he goes and look around, he sees all types of people. He sees people of his grandfather age. He sees people of his father age. He sees people of his grandson age. He sees relatives. He sees friends. He sees extended family. So seeing all of that, he says, wow, I don't want to fight. And then he gives 4 reasons not to fight. Okay, so that's how basically this chapter will conclude. And I would rather, go quickly and show you some of this important point. So Bhagavad Gita begins with this verse, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samayata Yutsaya Mameka Pandavasyaiva Kim Kurvati Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra is asking. And there is big, defect here that he says, Mamaka Pandavasyaiva Kim Kurvata Sanjaya. Acharyas are saying that for his sons, he is using the word Mamakaha, my sons and friends, and Pandava. So say mine and them. So here, the way he is asking questions, that itself, Acharya says is not right. He's using the word my for Kaurava, Mamkaha for Kaurava. So even at that stage, our Acharya says that Dhritarashtra has desire to win this battle. Although he knew that Krishna is on the other side, he was doubtful that it may happen that this time Krishna will not win. He has been winning everything, but maybe this time he would not win. And he was fearful because Kurukshetra is a holy place. So when Krishna is there, Krishna's devotees are there, and they are in the holy place, that means chances are high that people who are righteous, they are going to be victorious. So he has this fear. And with all of that, he was, they said that odd against the odd, thinking against the odd. There is chance, don't worry. There is some probability in math. We say probability, some chance there that we can win. See how many people we have in our side versus how many, is on that side. Although Krishna is there, but we'll win. So, this is something that I'll ask you in the exam. That what are the status of Dhritarashtra when he is observing the battlefield of Kurukshetra with Sanjaya? And you can say that he was desirous that he might become victorious. He was doubtful, he was fearful, and he was hopeful. But Krishna has his own plan. And in the purport, it says, in a paddy field, Kshetra means field. In a paddy field, paddy is rice crop. So in a paddy field, weeds are taken out. So when you have wheat, you would see that the weeds are very similar to wheat. But when it's grown up, then you can see what is weeded and what is wheat. So when we have to take the weed out, we don't think even twice. We just take it out. Wipe it out. Take it out. So that's what Krishna plan was, that all of these people who are against the dharma, Krishna has brought them, all of them together at one location. Yeah, one location. This is another beautiful thing. In Bhagavatam 10th canto, this discussion comes. They are assembled in the battlefield. And all the unrighteous people, hope you are catching my word, unrighteous, not the righteous, not the adharmic people, all of them are assembled there. And Krishna is now thinking that this is a time when all of these weeds are going to be derooted. And then he looks at the army of Pandavas, and then he looks at the army of Kaurava, and he makes, some comparison. And then all these great personalities, they started blowing their counsel. So we have to remember the names of the counsel. So Krishna's counsel is Panchajanya. Krishna's counsel is Panchajanya. We have to remember that. Arjuna is Devadatta. Bhima is Paundraka. Yudhishthir Maharaj, Anant Vijaya. Nakula Sughosha. And Sahadeva, Manu Puspaka. So these are the name of the councils. So all of these great personalities, they started blowing their councils. And when those councils were being blown, both sides, when Bhishma will blow council, that will give a lot of pleasure to Duryodhana. Oh, my grandfather, oh, Bhishma, was never defeated. So, what is the meaning of blowing the conch shell? Make a note, sign of victory. Whenever we play conch shell in the temple, when we play conch shell, means we are praying that, we are saying that, let Krishna be victorious. That's what it means. Let Krishna be victorious. So when Kaurava is playing, they are saying, let Kaurava be victorious. When Pandava is blowing their council, let Yudhishthira Maharaj be the victorious. Yes, Uday Prabhu, you want to say something?
Okay. Yeah, that's a question I had, and I think you kind of addressed it. What is the relevance of bringing in the consuls in the Bhagavad Gita? So,
Joy, victory.
I know you kind of addressed it as soon as I raised my hand.
Yes.
You kind of heard my question already. So,
Let me be victorious.
right.
It's basically, sometimes when you have to encourage your people, right? And then say that, you have to see some song, anthem song, or some song that would boost their energy. Veer tum badhe chalo. Don't worry, you are so, powerful. All you have to do is keep on marching. Win is in your hand. You'll win for sure. So like that, boosting their energy, pumping them. Go ahead, go ahead. Don't worry. So that is the meaning.
Yeah,
And in
and
temple also when we play, basically when we play, we are saying that let righteousness be victorious. When Kaurava is playing, let Bhishma saying that let Kauravas let us be victorious, like that.
Sure. And of course, I don't want to get into too much of
No,
science of
Prabhu, please ask. Yeah.
conch shell, but how do they identify the different? Because for us, it's a conch shell, right? Whether we blow it in home or in temple, it makes the same sound. So, is there any specific characteristics of this conch shell
Oh
Devadatta,
yeah.
Panchajanya, or how
Yeah.
do they identify? Because
Yeah, they all are personality, number one.
Mhm.
They all are person. Okay. And they are serving Krishna. So Sudarshan is a person, you know that, right?
Yeah.
But serving Krishna in that capacity. Okay. So all of these names that you are seeing are personality, but they are serving Krishna as his counsel. And we also have certain thing, right? You have hand gloves, you have coat, you have your glasses, certain things that belongs to you, it's yours, right? Maybe you don't have counsel now, time has changed, but there are certain things that is yours. He said it's mine. You have your watch, you have your iPad, iPhone, right? So like that. So at that time, all of these great personalities, they have counsel. That counsel is one of their possession, like iPhone is one of our possession. So it's Vedic, time that we are talking about. So they are all the personality, they are serving them in that capacity. Like Harinam is a person, holy name is a person, likewise. So that's what is the answer.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Gautam Prabhu or Santa Mataji, you have something that you like to ask?
Yes, Prabhuji. I was just wondering, you said it was important to know the different names of the conch shell, but why is the name so important?
Because that will come in the exam.
Uh,
We will have, I'm going to be giving you the hint also. I know that, when I give the question paper, I have one objective questions or multiple choice question where we say, what is the name of Krishna's counsel? And then I'll give these four names, Panchajanya, Devdatta, Pandraka, Anant Vijaya. So you have to know that Krishna's counsel was Panchajanya. If you say Devdatta, then it's wrong. So I was just trying to emphasize that you have to know because this is for your exam. Giving you the hint. Nadia Mataji.
Krishna
Sanjay.
Prabhu, thank you for all the hints, by the way. My
Yeah,
question is,
I'll be giving you the hints also that this is going to be in your exam, by the way. So, I know that there'll be questions on, this part here, Dhritarashtra, 4 stages, what are the, 4 ways he's thinking. And then this council part. I know these two are part of the exam. I know. Yeah, Mataji, please go ahead.
my question, still on the topic of conch shells. When I read Bhagavad Gita, I also wonder why is that when Kauravas blew their conch shells, the sound was tumultuous, right? And then when the Pandavas blew their conch shells, the hearts of Dhritarashtra and his brothers were shattered. What was the
Wow.
difference in the sound?
Mataji, in reality, there was console sound. So for sure, these consoles, as Uday Prabhu was asking, these consoles are personality. So their sound is not quite the same. They have different sound. But what was happening when Pandavas were blowing the console, the sound of that was very devastating to Kaurava. You know why? Because they had Krishna on their side. And Kauravas were very concerned, very fearful that they don't want to lose. Yudhishthir Maharaj was not, and I will here in Bhagavatam, when the battlefield of Kurukshetra was over, Yudhishthir Maharaj is deep grievances. He's saying, it all happened because of me. And right here, you'll see that Arjun is saying, I don't want to fight, my dear Lord. And 4 reasons he will give, you'll hear about that. So Pandavas literally were not there to kill Kaurava. But when Pandavas were showing their enthusiasm, it was very heavy on Kaurava because they knew that now they are being ready, they are being preparing themselves, they are prepared, to fight against us, they are prepared to kill us, So when you have fear and you see that the other party is very enthusiastic, very joyous, then that fear creates additional, more fear to the fearful person. So that is why when Pandavas were following their counsel, it was coming like thunderstorm to Kaurava. But Pandavas were devotee. Pandavas knew nothing except Krishna. And see how much they were tortured. They have been through so much torture until now. And they have seen all of that and how they came across it. For them, this battlefield is really, whatever suffering that's going to happen here is really not very important because they know that Krishna is going to protect them, Krishna is going to help them. They have firm faith in Krishna. So they say that which side you are? You're on Krishna's side or you are on the other side. If you're on the Krishna side, that's what will happen. Fearless. So fearless versus fearful. Okay, Mataji?
Prabhu, so what you're saying, is it kind of like their consciousness was transmitted through the sound of conch shells?
Their Pandava's consciousness transmitted to Kaurava through their sound of counsel. That's what you were asking?
I'm clarifying. So
yes, if that's what you were asking, then yes. Their enthusiasm was creating even more fearful situation for Kaurava because they were already in the fear. But since Pandavas were devotee, They were not fearful. They were fearless. Mare Krishna Rakhe ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. They knew that, Krishna is the savior. If Krishna wants to protect us, he will protect us. If he wants to kill us, he will kill us. So this is completely two different paradigm. Being on the material side versus being on the spiritual side. An envious person has a lot of fear. Anything that happens creates fear. But somebody who is fearless, okay. Death, do you think that death is taken, or the seriousness of death is taken equally by both fearful and fearless person? No. Many people, they become even more fearful when they hear about the death. They die prior due to fear of death than the death itself. But the fearless person says, today or tomorrow doesn't matter. I have to die. So I should not worry too much for the death, rather do what is to be done. So the consciousness is completely different. That's why Kaurava is Kaurava and Pandava is Pandava, right? One is on the divine side and one is on the demon side, demonic activity. So this is completely two different. So enthusiasm of the divine personality causes fear in demons. So that's why their hearts are being shattered when they hear the counsel coming from Pandavas. Therefore, we have something else that you wanted to say?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, okay, I think I forgot my question. So, but I'll
I
think
have
through it.
2 more slides to go and then I'll
Sure,
wrap it up so
sure.
you can take your time.
Yes, Prabhu. I think I remember the question, but you can take it later too.
Okay.
So, when you explain the conch shell as a personality, you also mentioned Harinam is also a personality.
Yeah, holy name. Holy name is a person.
Holy name, yeah. So probably when you get some time, we would really like if you can share that
Yes.
story.
Yeah, holy
Yes,
name is also, in Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji,
Hmm.
everything is person.
Hmm.
So all the paraphernalia is a personality. They have expanded themselves to serve Krishna. Like who is Mridanga? Baldev.
Well,
So every structure that you see, anything that has form, Sandhini Sakti of Krishna's. And Sandhini Sakti is personified by Balram. So likewise, as you get deeper into the understanding of Vedic theology, and when we say that person versus impersonalists think that there is no form of anything, everything is illusion. It's just illusion. It's all different structure that you see. It's nothing. It's just the illusion. But we, as a personalist, our acharyas have taught that you are a person, I am the person, you have the quality, I have the quality, you have the personality, I have the personality. Likewise, all of these entities, they have personality and they have expanded themselves to serve Krishna. So one of the things that I would also like to point out that you would see multiple names. Like Krishna is known as Rishikesha. This is one of the questions that also is there in the exam because he is master of senses. So Rishikena, Sevanam Bhakti Uchate. What is Bhakti? When senses are engaged in the service of master of the senses. So Rishi Kesh. And here he says that because Krishna can understand the mind of Arjun, but Rishikesha means the one who is controller of senses. So that's the meaning. So Krishna is known as Rishikesha. Gudakesha means Guda means sleeping. So the one who conquers sleeping is called Gudakesa. And Arjuna is referred as Gudakesa. Partha. Now in the Bhagavad discussion, Krishna will multiple times say, "Oh Partha." So Pritha dynasty, Kunti Maharani is coming from the Pritha dynasty. So son of Kunti is called Partha. So Arjun is known as Partha because he is son of Pritha Kunti Maharani. Kunti Maharani is coming from Pritha dynasty. So you will hear some of those names and then the meaning of that name. So we'll ask questions. What is the meaning of Gudakesa? And then you should be able to say Gudakesa is being used for Arjun because he has conquered the sleep. He is master of his controller. He has controlled the sleeping urge. And this is the last slide. And then I would stop here and we'll resume from next session. So this type of relationship Arjuna was seeing. When Arjuna asked Krishna, can you please bring my chariot in the middle of the battlefield? Please pull my chariot in the middle. I would like to see who are assembled here. Who are the people who are assembled here? I want to see them. Then what he sees Pitrin. He sees people who are of his father's age, such as Bhurisrava. He says Pitamaha, such as Bhishma. People who are of his grandfather age. So father, grandfather. He sees Acharyas, teacher, such as Dronacharya and Kripacharya. He is seeing Matulan, uncles. He is seeing Bhratran, brothers. So brother, uncle, teacher, grandfather, father, Putran. He is seeing sons. And Putran and Pautran, Potra is seeing grandsons. Shakim, friends. So kings, if one king will come to Kaurav side, then the friends of that king will come to the Kaurav side, like that, right? So he was saying that, one king and then other king and their friends and the friends. An example here given is that Ashwathama, he was very friendly with Duryodhana. And then fathers-in-law. So fathers, grandfathers, it's called Sasuran, Sasuraha, fathers-in-law. And then Suhirdas. Suhirdas means the well-wisher. People who were well-wishing for Pandavas, they were Pandava side, and well-wisher of Kaurava, they were Kaurava side. So what type of personality he saw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 types of relationship are mentioned here. He saw father, he saw grandfather, he saw teacher, he saw uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, father-in-law, and well-wisher. So now when he sees all of these people, all types of relationship, sure, as a devotee, he'll become very, very emotional. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with these personalities. I don't want to fight with my teacher, Dronacharya, who taught me how to do archery. I don't want to fight with Bhishma, who took care of us after departure of our father Pandava as our father. And now I have to kill Bhishma. I don't want to kill Bhishma. I don't want to kill my friends. Dronacharya is my teacher. How can I teach him? How can I teach? How can I kill Bhismitamaha? And Drupad Maharaj. Draupadi is my wife. And how can I fight against him? None of these, things made sense to him. And then Arjun became very, very emotional, overwhelmed. The word is used here. Very overwhelmed by seeing all of his personality. And then he says that now I don't want to fight. And then he gives 4 reasons for not fighting. So we'll dwell on those 4 reasons in next class. Okay, thank you so much. I think we are now into Bhagavad Gita, so it will relatively, go smoother because the boundary thing is done. Now we got into the Bhagavad Gita now. So from next class, the talk will be a little smoother. Okay, so anything anybody has before we adjourn from the discussions that we had today?
Prabhuji, are you going to give the PowerPoint?
Mataji, normally I'm the one been using this presentation batch after batch after batch. So that's one thing. And second thing is that today I was asking, our Bhakti Vaibhav group that if they learned something from as it is, that I gave the presentation last time. And I was a little bit disappointed because they had really not learned the subject that I had delivered, the teaching that I had delivered. So I am going to request all of you. This is another thing. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to request all of you. Please, please, please bring your notebook and pencil. And as I say that this is important, this is important, if I have to wait, I'll wait. But please make a note. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, today, 24th Jan, Prabhu talked about this subject from verse number 1 to verse number 26. These are the discussions we had. We started with quiz. What are the top 5 things? We need to be a little bit more serious about it. Then it will give you the real learning. If you just take the note PowerPoint presentation, not too good to you. Plus, the same message will keep on moving around. So this batch, that batch, that batch, it will be a little difficult for me also to handle. So I'm going to humbly request that listen is pretty good, but make a note. Please make a note. Make a note. That's how you learn. And if you make a note, you can ask right questions also. Your questions will be very meaningful. Oh, Prabhu, I didn't make sense to me, or I don't understand what you are saying. Let's get deeper into a little bit of Sastric study, and that will happen when you show some commitment. I'm trying my best, but you have to also try your best. If both of us will try our best and really try to understand the discussion and theme, because sometimes I would say something based upon my realization. I'm not sure, and I would assume that it's making equal impact on you. But then next day I hear questions. Prabhu, what is this? Then I realize that maybe I could not communicate things rightly. So I'll really go very slowly also. My talk, some particular concept when it comes, some philosophical point, I would be very slow and I would explain it. I'll try to break it down, take multiple, way to make the point clear. But I would humbly request you, humbly request you, make notes. You should
Prabhuji,
have
I
a,
take notes, but sometimes
yeah,
the problem is when you're talking, I'm also trying to write what is written on the slides, and then I'm focusing on writing and then not listening as much. So
yeah,
if I had that, then I don't have to like what you are
yes.
focusing on. I
So,
can focus on that.
and then another thing that I can tell you that everything is coming from here. So that's very good. Thank you for asking that. So Bhagavad Gita, our entire course that we are going to go through. And at the end, if you feel like that I need to share, I'll share as much as you want. I have no problem. I'll send everything to you. But no, number one, note. Number two, Swadhyaya is very important. Self-study that we say. We have to go through the verses and purport. It's very, very important because the main intent of this course is to read Prabhupada's purport. Do you know that? That's very important. I just want to tell you the secret. These courses are designed, and if you look into your homework, either it's Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, or Bhakti Vedanta, any course, most of the questions are coming from purport. So everything is Prabhupada's purport. What I have done is that, just taken some help. And if you like to get some book, there are some, books out there. Subodhini, Gita Subodhini, Bhagavad Subodhini. You can also take some of those books. Or, there are beautiful compilation by Bhurijana Prabhu. Do you know that Prabhu? Uday Prabhu, the book that Bhurijana Prabhu has written? It says that surrender unto me. I don't know where is that book.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
We
So
have seen that. Yeah.
exactly. So I'm going to basically follow that book. I don't know where did I put it. Surrender unto me. Surrender unto me. So there are some, as you surrender unto me, right? You have the copy of that one?
I have the copy of that one, and I think it's available on Amazon also, Mataji's and Prabhu's.
Yeah.
I can
So
send it.
I will be very much following that book, and that is the very first book that came out that has summary of all the discussions that is happening. So please, read. Please read yourself. I humbly request you that
Hare Krishna,
1
Prabhuji.
week time, yeah. Then Prabhuji.
Sorry to interrupt. Bimala Mataji mentioned one very good point. So these lectures are being recorded
Yeah.
and will be uploaded to YouTube. So I think this will
Yes.
be very helpful for exam review as well.
Yes, and all the lectures that I have a channel, and she is going to Mataji will do that, right? Brinda Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji,
Yeah,
I
so
will do it.
Bimala Mataji will basically put everything there, and
Live
and
just send that. I
the
said live,
homework.
live, live now.
And everything is there, Mataji. But thank you. No, we keep on asking. Asking makes other people understand, and we are talking about all the resources that we have. But let me tell you one thing. Learning comes from 4 ways. You know that? What are the 4 ways? This is the verse in Subhastin verse. The learning comes from 25%. Only 25% comes from teacher. 25% comes from teacher. 25% comes with your friends. Like one person is asking questions, another person is, understanding the answer of it. So 25% from teacher, 25% from your friends, classmate, 25% comes from Swadhyay, a study that you do. And that makes it how much? 75%. There is another 25% that comes with time. So as you grow in Krishna consciousness, and we call it realization, right? So if you are very serious in Krishna consciousness, certain thing that you and I are talking today, maybe after 2 years, oh, Prabhu said it's like that. It will have a different impact on your consciousness. Okay. So not all 100% of the learning comes in one shot. It's not like that in 1 hour we completely got chapter 1. Maybe we got, from my side, there will be some efficiency rate. There will be some efficiency rate from your classmate side, some from your Swadhyaya, and some will come over the time. So that's how our learning built. Okay. So please, for everything, if you be careful and do these things, slowly and slowly, Krishna will give us the strength to understand.
Prabhuji, one question. Can I ask quick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good time. So regarding the same question, like Uday Prabhu asked, blowing the console, right? I understand it's a joyful or victorious sign, but somehow, somewhere in my mind, it indicates or it's a sign of beginning or to starts.
Inception.
Yeah. So is that also a similar meaning or it's a different meaning?
I mean, inception could, it's basically, promoting, like for example, let me take a very crude example. Like, when game happens, that they play some sort of band, right? That band is basically to give some enthusiasm, like appreciation. So yes, it's inception, auspicious inception. That way also you can say auspicious. If you use the word auspicious inspection, counsel is sign of victory, and by blowing the counsel, you are invoking the auspicious inception.
And
That
it was
is,
it was from both sides.
it was done from both sides. Both sides did it, right? Both sides has to do this inception. And as Mataji said, that when Kauravas were blowing their console, it did not really make much impact on Pandava. They were just hearing the different sound because these consoles are different personality. But when Pandavas were blowing their console, it was shattering the heart of Dhritarashtra. He was too far away, but that enthusiasm was killing him. Oh my gosh, these people. So, Hare Krishna, we wanted to ask something. Are you still here, or I saw your hand was raised?
One question in that.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
In that Arjuna, when looking at the army, so you were mentioning all those relatives, like so in one of those, like there is a father-in-law, right? So there I see Drupada. So I mean, so Drupada usually like so Draupadi's father, right? Is he the same person or a different person? I was thinking, is he
No. So
fighting
basically,
against Arjuna?
so these are the personality of fathers-in-law stature.
Okay.
So there were, like people who are the grandfather stature, father's stature, teacher's stature, grandson, father-in-law stature. So likewise, like such as Draupda, or other people. So yeah, I mean they are of that stature. Now, even if they are fighting against or fighting in the favor, if they are in the battlefield, what is the destiny?
Yeah,
Huh?
they might be, so they might get killed, or yeah, they
Yeah.
will.
And
They,
that's
they
what,
will.
that's what basically he says, at the end, when he says the four reason, one of the reason he gives, okay, so you are making money, you are becoming rich. Who enjoys your richness? You enjoy part of it, but part of it is enjoyed by your family. Your relatives, they will say, oh, my cousin, my nephew, he's in America, he's very rich, or he's this, he's that, right? So it's not only you enjoy your opulence, but others in your surrounding is also enjoying your opulence, right?
Yes.
So Pandav is saying, since you asked that question, Pandav is saying that when these people are killed, all these 10 relatives that we are seeing, you enjoy your opulence with them, your victory or your loss, you enjoy with them, right?
Yes.
Right? Now, if they are not there, whose birthday, your son's birthday, who is enjoying? You and Mataji is enjoying, right?
Yes.
So you are right. So his birthday, but you are enjoying. Your birthday, they are enjoying. So you enjoy in your family, right?
Yes.
Now, if these people are not around, then what is the point of even becoming a king? Who is going to see me being a king? If all of my grandfather, teacher, all the people who are praying and wishing for me that I be successful, and when I become success, nobody is there to watch. What's the point of that? That's one of
Yes.
the reason. So that's the thing, If it doesn't matter, I mean, you fight this side or that side. As a
Yes.
devotee, Pandav has a concern not only for uh, people on his side, but he has concern also for the people on the other side. He is concerned that, you know, I'll be very upset if Bhisma is going to get killed. Although Bhisma is on the other side, boy, he is very concerned. Oh my gosh, we are going to lose Bhispitamaha, right? So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
devotee, His thinking is
Yes.
completely different. Not like Duryodhana, bring everybody together. Let's get this thing done and let me become the victorious. I become the king. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, I mean, I was under, I mean, yes, a little misunderstanding that he was worried only about the opposition
No,
army.
no.
But yeah, it's like, I mean, yes, you really, yes, so nicely clarified that point. Like, it's like doesn't matter whether on that side or this side. At the end, yeah, if we lost someone, yeah, we are the one that will be
Yeah,
suffering
yeah.
here.
So he was basically concerned about both parties,
Yes.
both sides. He didn't really want to be victorious on the cost of killing this great personality. Even they are on the Kaurava side, but he was not. And that's what, in ninth chapter of Bhagavatam, first canto, Yudhishthira Maharaj is doing. He's lamenting, he's crying that I'm the cause of all of this. Why? Because of me, now I am king. This whole kingdom was ruined, killed. This is devotee compassion. He's like way up here, way up here. So thank you for
Hare Krishna.
Dandot Pranam, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So we'll resume from next class where we left today. Have a nice weekend. I know it's snowing here in St. Louis. I don't know how is the weather in Minneapolis, but very bad weather here. So
I
Yeah,
please
think
we
it's
take care of
almost same
yourself.
across the US, Prabhu. This
Oh,
week,
really? Oh, this week is
most of the
cold and
places.
bad everywhere, right?
Yes.
in
Oh,
Minneapolis, we are having negative 30s and 40s with wind chills.
oh my gosh, very cold, huh?
Very cold, very cold. Yes, that's why
Wow.
the entire city
That's
is
why.
locked for this weekend.
Yeah, it's very cold weather, Prabhu. Really.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Take care.
Hare Krishna.
Dandot Pranam, Hare Krishna to
Vancha
everybody. I'll
Hare
see you
kalpataru.
all next.
Krishna. Thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much.
Kalpatarubhyasya
Prabhu. Prabhu,
kripa
please.
sindhubhyo
Kripa
cha
sindhu
patita.
Yeah,
cha
now.
patitanam
Vaishnavi
pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namo.
Prabhupada ki
Dandakoti
jai.
Vaishnavin.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. I'll see
So
you all next.
Thank you.